Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to show you how to do scrubbing in an OT setting. For an OT setting, we're going to show you the universal method in which we'll be using a scrubber, a nail pick, and the two sets of methods that we're going to be showing you here. Now, first of all, whenever you come into an OT setting, your scrubs should not exceed the length of your elbow, and if they do, you should roll it back up. And any sleeves that are any kind of t-shirt worn inside should also not extend your elbows. In a scrubbing setting, they consider that the tip of the hands to be the most sterile part, and as you work your way along, this is the most unsterile part. Now, you should always let the water drip from the tip to down below. So once you've started scrubbing, you should never let your arms fall down. You should always keep it in this position. Now, when we start scrubbing, make sure that the initial part, we just wash our hands like normally, and then we use betadine to do the actual form of scrubbing. Okay. In the OT, you will find these taps in which they will be either automated or you have a foot pedal. This is so that you do not touch the taps or any other surrounding and make it non-sterile. Now, once you have started scrubbing, if you do touch any of the surrounding parts, you have to start the re-scrubbing. An average scrubbing time should be approximately 5 minutes. Your hand for scrubbing is divided into surfaces. Each surface should be at least scrubbed approximately 20 times. So initially, we're going to show you how we're going to do the basic wash. Okay? Now, as you can notice, the washing takes place from the tip of your fingers all the way to the elbow. Now, to do the first set of scrubbing. For the first set of scrubbing, each surface of the finger is divided into each surface. For example, this finger is divided into this surface, has 4 surfaces that needs to be washed. After you do the 4 surfaces of each finger, you switch and you clean the surface of the opposite hand. Likewise, you change and you do the palms, and don't forget the interdigit spaces. And again, the palm on all 4 surfaces, including the space here. Now, this is the first set of scrubbing that we'll be showing you. Now, before we start the scrubbing, we have either you can do the scrubbing with your hands, or you could use a scrubber. Now, in an OT setting, you may receive a scrubber of this sort, or you may get a sterilized pack. In that sterilized pack, you'll get a nail pick and a scrubber like this. That nail pick is used to first clean out, even if your nails are short, you clean out under the nail beds each time. Now, here in this setting, we do not have a nail pick. Therefore, you'll be cleaning the nail beneath the nail beds with your other finger. So, for example, like this. Go through all the nails, all the creases with the betadine, and do likewise for the other finger. Once you've done this, just rinse your hand, and then you can start scrubbing with the scrubber. So again, wash your hands. Make sure when you wash your hands, you keep your arm like this. Make sure you keep your arm like this, and make sure the water drips downwards, and do not touch anywhere else to your body, or do not let it go down. Okay. Now, in case you have a nail pick, make sure you drop the nail pick by rotating the hand and letting it drop. Do not let the nail pick touch anywhere else in the body. Now, with the scrubber, we're going to show you how to do the scrubbing aspect. Now, the scrubber, you wet it as little as possible, at least 2 to 3 times only, in the 2 sets of scrubbing that you do. Usually, in the scrubber itself, it comes with the betadine within itself. Here, we only have the scrubber. So therefore, put some betadine on it. Okay, and it's on your hands. Okay. Now, as I told you earlier, do each surface of the finger. Before you start doing this, please make sure that if there's a timer provided to you, start the timer. First, you start with the fingertips. Okay? Make sure you do it 20 times. Then, do each surface of the finger 20 times. Make sure you do the first set of scrubbing thoroughly. If you touch anywhere, restart the whole scrubbing process and do it for 5 minutes. Now, after I've done this arm, I will switch over the scrubber and do this side. Again, 20 times on each surface. If you require, put some water just in case if your scrubber feels a bit dry. After you're done with the two sets of hands, fingers, then you move on to the palm. Do the palm one surface in rotatory manner, anti-clockwise and clockwise, then up and down and horizontal. Get all surfaces, again 20 times. Switch hands. Once you're done with your hands, then you move on to your forehand. Forehand, again, it's divided into 4 surfaces. You do it up to your elbow. Again, wet your scrubber if necessary. Make sure that when you do the scrubbing, the main purpose of scrubbing is not to peel off any skin or the top layer of your skin. That will only create a defect in the barrier and allow infection to go through. The purpose of scrubbing is to decrease the bacterial load that is present on the skin. So make sure you do not damage the skin while you're scrubbing. Once you're done with 20 scrubs on each surface, switch hands. Now I have my second set of scrubbing to do. To do this, first I need to rinse off the betadine that's in my hand. For this, again, I follow the same process of leaving my hand like this and letting it be under the tap. And let the water flow through. Make sure you do not let the scrubber fall down or touch anything either. Just wet the scrubber slightly and just hold on. Now for the second set of scrubbing, I'm going to take the betadine again, place some in my hand, and for this one, instead of doing it each surface and switching hands accordingly, I'm going to just do one hand completely first time and second hand the second hand. This step is slightly faster compared to the first set of scrubbing that is done. Make sure you take an appropriate amount of betadine, as it should be as sterile as possible. And again, when you are scrubbing, make sure your arm is in this position at all times. Switch hands. Don't forget the fingertips. Once you're done with the second set of scrubbing, getting all surfaces of the hand, wash it off again. Now this time, make sure that when you drop the scrubber, you drop the scrubber the same way that you dropped the nail pick. So you let it drop without it touching any part of your hand while dropping. And do not put your hand down while dropping it either. Okay, again rinse it. Okay. And just let it drip. Do not let your arms down. Now we're going to show you how to dry yourself. To dry yourself, there is a particular technique where you can use the towel and still maintain the sterility. As you can see, they will have given you a particular towel. For this towel, with one hand, pick up one side of the towel. When you pick up one side of the towel, make sure, again, making sure my hand does not go down, this side of the towel, this end of the towel will clean this hand. And the other end will not touch this hand at all. And when you clean, please make sure you wipe the hand in this motion, as this is clean to unclean. Once this is done, pick up the other end and just let it drop, and again, the downward motion. In one of the baskets for laundry. This is how you do the scrubbing and drying. Thank you.